Always say something. A prize, motherfucker.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's going on, everybody? As we all know, mental health is a huge piece for me. And recently, as I become a better version of myself, I've decided that it's time for me to go to therapy because I understand how life can be a little overwhelming and we all need help navigating through the trenches of military service in and out of uniform. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. First, all you got to do is go to their site. Matter of fact, you can use my link right here. Answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call or video chat or messaging, however you feel most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. You will be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours so you can get started fast. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your home. Visit betterhelp.com/MeechSpeaks and enjoy a special discount on your first month.
What's going on, everybody? It's that ordinary podcaster with the extraordinary thoughts that tells you to stop being great and be extraordinary. I'm Demetrius Thickman, also known as Meech Speaks, and welcome back to another episode of the Talking Crazy podcast. Now, before I get started with this podcast, don't forget to head on over to your favorite streaming platform, whether that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, and leave this podcast an honest review because this podcast deserves to grow just as much as we do. Can I just pop my shit for a second? Can I just talk my shit just for a second? You feel me? Can I just tell you just how I'm feeling for a second? And I don't know who need to hear this, man, but you really just had to be there, bro. Like, you had to be there, man. When I say you had to be there, you just had to be there, bro. Like, 2024, you feel me? It was 2024. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. I got passed over for promotion, okay? I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. I said it before on the podcast. I've been open about it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been one to shy away from situations like that, because I never know who needs to hear this. But in 2024, dude, I actually got passed over for promotion. You feel me? And you just had to be there. I'm talking about, I'm at recruiting school. I'm at recruiting school, and I had already been anticipating the gunny board to be coming out. I had already been anticipating. In fact, I'm checking my phone like every other week. I'm checking my phone. I'm paying attention to cryptic messages and shit like that. I'm just waiting to hear if the board has come out. Like if the message has been pushed out to find out who's going to be selected. So in 2024, here I am at recruiting school. And when I say you just had to be there, you really just had to be there because I'm getting ready to walk to class and a group of students walk by me and a couple of them are staff sergeants and they look over at me and they say, hey, the gunny board's out. And I'm like, oh shit, it is. Right out the gate, I'm going to just tell you right now, if you're surprised that the board is out, just know your name's not on it. Just speaking from experience, if you're surprised that the board is out, your name's not on it. You feel me? Because you should have already gotten some type of text message saying congratulations. You should have already gotten some type of praise or recognition by now. Before you even know if the board's out, you should have gotten something. My phone did not ring. I did not get a text message. My phone was dry. So already I know that my name's not on it. I already know. Like, a part of me has already made that piece that, like, yo, like, your name's not on this board, bro. But still, I rush to look at the message. I still rush to look at the message, to look for my name that's not even on there. You feel me? I started from the top. I typed in my MOS. I scroll, bro. Like, I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, shoot, so-and-so got selected. Oh, shoot, so-and-so got it. And I'm clicking. Boom, 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 boom. Finally get to the bottom. My name's not there. It's not on there. And I'm waiting, dude. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to send me a message. Some type of congratulations. Some type of, hey, what's up, Gunny Select? You know what I mean? And I didn't get it. And I looked at the message again. I looked at it again. And then I just finally had to make peace with the fact that I just wasn't good enough. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when you get bad news like that, that's news that you need to get on a Friday. You feel me? I got this news on a Wednesday, bro. Like, it's in the middle of the week. And not only is it in the middle of the week, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I still have the rest of the day. I still have the rest of the day to essentially pretend like I'm not fucking spiraling. I have to pretend like I'm not breaking down. I have to pretend like there's not like my world didn't just get crushed essentially. I'm showing up in class. I'm teaching stuff. I'm still kicking PowerPoints. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to do my day-to-day activities, even though I just found out that I'm not selected for Gunnery Sergeant. I just found out that I'm not good enough. And I'm going to just tell you real quick, man, because it's a big difference than missing the score for promotion than it is not getting selected. See, when I didn't get the score for promotion, bro, like, it was always, the score is closed out. Oh, well, it's always next month. When you don't get selected for promotion, somebody briefed your package. Somebody briefed your package, and not only did they brief your package, there were a group of other people that said, nah, not him. You feel me? Somebody looked at my stuff and was like, yeah, thick pens, this is good, but it's just not good enough. And I had to make that peace. I couldn't wait until the day was over with. I was so happy that the day was over with because I needed to just get the fuck up out of there. I walked straight to my fucking car. I sat in that motherfucker, man. And I just was like, dog, I cannot believe this. I went to the PX. And if you know, you know. I went to the PX, got my typical liquor, grabbed that off the shelf, poured me a strong glass, And I just cried, bro. I ain't even about to hold you up. I cried, and I cried from a space of, I've worked so hard. I cried from a space of, I've tried so hard. I've cried from a space of, I put in so much effort and I ain't even good enough. And I'm going to just be completely honest. When something like that happens, the last thing that you want to hear is, it's just not your time, brother. Keep grinding. Your moment's going to come. You're not trying to hear none of that shit, to be honest with you, because you're expecting your time to be right now. You're expecting your time to be right now. You're tired of fucking grinding because you have grinded up until this point and you're wondering, what the fuck is going on, man? What more do I need to do? And then at the same time, you're trying to be a decent person. You're still trying to be a good friend. You're still trying to be a good person. And you're trying to tell others who you know personally, congratulations. Ain't nothing worse. Ain't no worse feeling than telling somebody, congratulations, when you lost the race. When you didn't get selected and you still have to show up for people that you care about, because good, bad, or indifferent, you still got to keep it 100 with them. You still got to keep it 100 with them. You still got to show up and say, congratulations, I'm happy for you. You are happy for them, but you also want to be happy for yourself. I'll say that again. You feel me? Because when you get passed over for promotion, you don't want to talk to anybody, but at the same time, you still going to reach out to your close friends. You still going to reach out to those that you love dearly. The ones that got selected, you still going to reach out to them. And you going to tell them, congratulations. You still going to tell them, I'm happy for you. But deep down, you want to be happy for yourself. You want to congratulate yourself. And that's exactly how I felt. And I will tell anybody, man, like, that feeling, man, like, it's a shitty feeling. It's a shitty feeling. So in 2025, when the board came out, you feel me? Because it's Monday. It's Monday. And last week, right, when the board came out and my phone started going off, I'm talking about, like, I was in the middle of an interview. Like you really got to understand where I'm at, because I was at recruiting school. You know what I mean? Like, I was at recruiting school. Obviously, I graduated. And now I'm a recruiter, man. And my phone, I'm in the middle of an interview talking to this kid, and as I'm talking to this kid, my phone keeps going off. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? It starts ringing. I'm like, yo, like, hey, chill. I'm in an interview. And I finally look down because I'm just like, hey, give me a second real quick. I look down and I see congratulations. I start seeing Gunny select. I ain't even about to lie to you. My demeanor, right? Like my demeanor changed. My entire demeanor in the interview changed. I looked at the kid like this, like, hey man, so what you trying to do, bro? Like, you trying to be a Marine? Because I want to step out. You feel me? I want to step out. I want to read the messages. You know, I want to step out. I want to tell them, hey man, hold on for a second. Pull up the message and see my name on the list. I want to see these things. But to realize that your name is on the list when you didn't give up. To see that your name is on the list when you didn't walk away. When you kept applying pressure. When you kept moving forward. Man, it's an amazing feeling. And now here I am selected for Gunnery Sergeant. You know what I mean? Knowing I still kept it 100. Knowing I still kept moving forward. The feeling, man, like I can't even describe it. It just feels amazing. Because I'm good enough, bro. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was good enough. So with that being said, let's go on ahead, man, and let's dive into this episode. So first thing I want to talk about, man, and I ain't even about to lie to you. I want to really talk about getting passed over. Because I don't know who need to hear this, but I know it's somebody right now that didn't get selected. Whether that's for Staff Sergeant, whether that's for Gunnery Sergeant, whether that's for Master or First Sergeant, or whether that's even for Sergeant Major. I know it's somebody right now that did not get selected. You know what I mean? Or has been passed over. And you know it just like I do, bro. Like, you know it just like I do. The last thing that you want to hear is keep grinding. What the fuck do you think I've been doing this entire time? You think I just been idling? You know? You think that I just been sitting here this entire time? Like, especially if you a top performer. If you a top performer, bro, and you get passed over, it hits different. It hits different because now you have to recognize the fact that you got outworked. Somebody outworked you on that board, you know? You don't know who it was that took your spot, but you know for a fact that you got outworked. So it hits a little bit differently. You feel me? It's like running a race and you think that you about to come in first and the guy just blasts past you. You got outworked, and that is a shitty feeling. But one thing that I know is that you don't want to hear keep grinding. You don't want to hear that shit right now. You feel me? You don't want to hear that your time is going to come. You do not want to hear that your time is going to come. That's the last thing that you want to hear. The thing that you want to do is be sad. And I will say this, as a Marine that has been passed over for promotion before, as a Marine that's gotten NJP'd, as a Marine that has showed up on meritorious sergeant boards, you feel me? And lost. And has lost 3 times in a row before he finally won one. I will tell you that you gotta feel it, bro. You gotta feel it. A lot of times, man, like we experience these shitty situations, and the first thing that we want to do is just act like it didn't even fucking happen and continue to keep moving forward. Meanwhile, you got this shit in your pack. Meanwhile, you got this shit weighing on your spirit. Meanwhile, this shit sitting on your shoulders. You know it is. You know you got short patience. You know you ain't trying to hear all that shit, and it's going to pile up when you start to see everybody else post online about how they got selected. You going to see it when you start to see motherfuckers get promoted. You going to start feeling it. So I will tell you right now, just feel sad, bro. Just feel sad. You know? That's your right. That's your place. That's your space. Feel sad, bro. But understand, you can't stay here. You can't. Because although you don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? You don't want to hear keep grinding. You don't want to hear that it's not your time. It's still true. It's still true. I don't know who need to hear that. Although you don't want to hear it's not your time, although you don't want to hear keep grinding, it is true. Because if you stay here, right, like if you stay in this space of being sad, if you stay in this space of being defeated, if you stay in this space, I'm not saying don't visit it because you need to. You need to get this shit out. But if you stay, your time will never come. Your time will never fucking come. Because of the simple fact that they gonna call your fucking name, but you're not gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? It don't mean shit. If they keep saying that it's your time, You got to keep working. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep showing up because it's only going to be your time if you're there. They will call your name, and if you are not there, it's going to go to somebody else. That opportunity is going to go to somebody else. That achievement will go to somebody else. It will go to somebody that is present. And the reason why it's going to go to somebody's present because the fact that you stayed. You did not continue to keep moving forward. You just stayed. I will also say, man, like I think the biggest benefit that kept me moving forward was the fact that I had already had an NJP on my record. I already know what it was like to not be good enough. I already know that feeling. You know what I mean? When you're an NJP Marine, you already have gotten accustomed to just outworking everybody. You already know that that's in the cards. You know what I mean? Like you already know that you're about to outwork everybody around you. You know that you got to do double the work. You already know that you got to show up early. You already know that you got to stay late. You already know that you're about to experience a lot more no's than the typical Marine because you already have some type of adversity on your paperwork. So when I got passed over, did it suck? Hell yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it did. It did suck. Yes, 100%. But I was able to adjust to it a lot faster than other people would. I will tell you right now, if I did not have an NJP on my record and I got passed over for promotion, I'll still be sick. I'll still be sick because I wouldn't understand why I wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? But because I had that adversity, I could already start to rationalize why I probably didn't get selected. But because I had that adversity, I already knew how to take an L and keep fucking moving. And I don't know who need to hear that. Some of us just got to be able to take an L and just keep on fucking moving. You did not get it. All right. That's just a fact. All right. You know it. I know it. The board knows it. You saw it in the fucking message. And at this point now, everybody that typed in your MOS probably already knows that you did not get selected this year. It's all right. Okay. It's a shitty feeling, but it's all right because you got to be able to take this L and just keep on fucking moving, bro. You just got to keep on fucking moving. And you got to ask yourself, man, because this was something that I asked myself immediately. I asked myself this immediately. I said, do I want to get out of the race? Do I want to stop progressing? Do I want to stop showing up? Do I want to stop doing the things that put me above everybody else? Do I want to? And you have every right, once again, you have every right to ask yourself this. And a lot of people will ask themselves this because they feel like the work is not being recognized. And if the work's not being recognized, what the fuck is the purpose of doing it anyway? But I will tell you, when I was asking myself, do I want to continue to keep moving forward? I had to take a step back and say, hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. And the reason why I wanted to keep working, you know what I mean? It wasn't to receive any recognition. I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't to receive any recognition. I'm just a firm believer that I just can't let some shit define who I am. You know what I mean? Like I just can't let some shit define who I am. You know, I'm a firm believer that if it didn't work out, oh well, I just got to keep on fucking pushing. That's just it. If it didn't work out the first time, then I just got to continue to keep fucking moving forward. I got to take a step back, and I will tell you this right now. You just got to take a step back and reevaluate what are you doing right now. And that's exactly what I did. I added more, but I continued to keep moving forward because I would rather say at the very end, if I didn't get it, at the very end, I gave it 100%. I gave it a fucking 100%. Than to say that the moment that I experienced some type of adversity, I started to back away. I took my foot off the gas. And when I took my foot off the gas, people start to pass me up in the race. And I was okay with that. And what I'm saying, once again, man, that's easier said than done. Because I know Marines right now that have experienced getting passed over, not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times. It's some motherfuckers that have been getting passed over for a good minute. The board comes out and they don't even check it because they know their name's not on it. And they take their foot off the gas and they let somebody else just pass them up because they like, what the fuck is the point? And that shit just didn't sit right with me. That shit just didn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? Because I've already been used to just passing people up. I've been used to just staying in the race. And I felt like that if I gave up right now, I'd be doing myself an injustice. So I continue to keep moving forward. And I just really want to just tell somebody, man, because I don't know who need to hear this. But sometimes you just got to continue to keep moving forward. You already know that you're going to take an L. You already know it's going to be some adversity. you already know it's going to be some fucking obstacles in your path, bro. You already know these things. But if you allow this shit to stop you, you feel me? How you going to sit back and tell the Marines? You feel me? That's what I had to ask myself, man. I had to ask myself, like, dog, like, one day a Marine going to ask me, like, what the fuck do I do when I experience some adversity? Am I going to sit back and tell him I gave up? Am I going to sit back and tell him that I gave up, that when life got hard, I just backed out? When I didn't get selected the first time, I just said, fuck it? Hell no, man. I like talking shit way too much. And sometimes you just got to ask yourself, dog, what do you like about yourself, and double down on that, man. I love talking shit, so I got to show up. I got to fucking show up. I like telling Marines that I'm the best that's ever fucking did it. That no matter how many times I get knocked down, I keep getting back up. So if I get knocked down and I don't get back up, man, I can't say that no more. When my kids walk up to me and they ask me, Dad, what do I do when I experience this? And I say, hey, sometimes things just don't go your way. No, man, I want to look at my children and tell them, like, nah, if it don't go your fucking way, man, then you pick up the pace and you run straight into it. You don't fucking give up. And I think it hits more to get selected. I think it hits more to get selected now because I know I didn't give up. I know I didn't give up. I got better. I kept pushing. And I didn't give up. Now, what are some big lessons that I learned from this? The first one, man, timing doesn't mean shit if you're not going to be present for it. And I'll say that again. Timing doesn't mean shit if you're not going to be present for it. Everybody can tell you that your time is going to come, but just like what I said, it doesn't mean shit if you're not going to be present for it. Okay? Because at some point, somebody's going to call your fucking name. And if you take your foot off the gas, if you back out of the race, if you stop showing up, then guess what? You're not going to be there. And when they call your name and you're not there to take what's rightfully yours, you see what I'm saying? Like, to take what you've worked hard for, they're just going to give it to somebody else. So timing doesn't mean shit if you're not going to show up for it. I think another lesson that I realized is don't let a no make you forget who you are. Okay? And I'm going to just be honest. As somebody that's experienced a lot of fucking no's within their military career, I've been able to maintain who I am, like my sense of identity. You feel me? Like, it didn't change. But a lot of times, man, especially if you experience a no after no after no after no, you start to lose who you are. When I got on that board and they told me that this motherfucker who I blew out of the water, I'm talking about a 30-point difference, won over me because of an NJP, I started to think, like, damn, am I really that good? Or am I gassing myself up? When I got passed over for promotion and I saw people that got selected, I said, damn, am I really that good? Or am I just gassing myself up? And I had to ask myself, you're not gassing yourself up, man. You really that good. You just ain't been recognized yet. You just ain't been recognized yet. That's all. And I will tell you, don't let this fucking no make you forget who you are. Don't let this adversity make you forget who you are. Don't let this setback make you forget who you are, like you ain't a fucking dog, like you ain't a hard worker, like you ain't the type to show up, like you ain't the type to lead by example, like you ain't the type to take care of the Marines, like you ain't the, come on, man, don't let this fucking no make you forget who you are. It's a no. But at the end of the day, the Marines still gonna remember you. You feel me? The impact is still gonna be there. It's a no now. It may be a no next time, but eventually it's got to turn into a yes. It's got to. And even if it don't, that lasting impression that you leave on them fucking Marines, because they going to remember how you acted in that adversity. They going to remember it. The Marines going to remember how you acted in that adversity. Motherfuckers get hit with some adversity and turn into a completely different person. Motherfuckers get hit with some type of adversity and turn into a completely different person. And they think nobody else fucking noticed it. Like the Marine that used to look up to you, but as soon as you got hit with that adversity, you took your foot off the gas. You start giving a fuck, and he watched you decompress. He watched you deteriorate. He watched you just break down, man. And he saw his hero, and he saw his hero come crumbling down. So I would tell you, don't let that no make you forget who you are. And lastly, your impact is real. Regardless of anything else, the impact that you make is fucking real, dog. When you show up, it's real. The people that look up to you, that's real. The people that you mentor, they're real. So even if you fucking been told no and you've been told no, I know a dude right now, man, like he's been passed over. I think this is probably like his third or fourth time. My heart goes out to him. But he always got a smile on his face. He always still showing up. Still an outstanding fucking leader. You see what I'm saying? And it when I got passed over, I thought of him. I thought of him. Because of the simple fact that if he can still fucking show up after multiple P's, then I definitely can show up. I definitely can. You feel me? And I just want to tell anybody who's hearing this right now, whether you got selected, congratulations. Hey, like, look, this ain't one of them sad episodes. If you got selected, bro, congratulations. You feel me? Because you definitely worked hard for it. You know what I mean? Congratulations. Continue to keep your foot on a fucking neck. But also, if you've been passed over, man, understand that passion, that's real. You feel me? That mentorship that you've done, that's real. That impact that you're going to make, that's real. Everything that you've done, bro, is real. Don't let this board dictate who you fucking are.
And just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. I hope you enjoyed this episode half as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to head on over to your favorite streaming platform, whether that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, and leave this podcast an honest review because this podcast deserves to grow just as much as we do. Also, don't forget to head on over to TikTok or Instagram and follow me at Meech Speaks. That's right, Meech Speaks. Meech is spelled Meech. Stay motivated, stay healthy. I'm out.